Such a lovely day outside. You'd rather sit in the sun, Lasagna.
I've been consulting with your brother and Professor Van Helsing.
Are they still locked in discussion?
Deep discussion.
I had hoped that the professor would see Lucy immediately.
He wants to have all the data first in order to make an assumption.
And what if his assumption is proven wrong?
Then, I presume, he'll recheck his assumption data.
It's all beyond me. Doctors, nurses, assumptions, data, and still, Lucy is pale and drained of energy.
You must trust Professor Van Helsing.
I understand he's considered something of a marvel in his field.
True.
What is his field, exactly?
Professor Van Helsing is a specialist in rare and obscure afflictions that attack the mind, as well as the body.
Sorry I asked.
I'm taking Lucy down to the garden. She'll enjoy the sun.
Did she feel up to it?
She was terribly weak this morning,
Again.
but I persuaded her to have breakfast.
Her appetite was good.
She ate nothing but the beefsteak, almost wolfed it down, but rare.
At least that's something. I'll go and visit with her.
What of Mr. Harker?
He had a quiet night once he was put to bed.
I hate to see him in that condition. He was always sound as a bell.
Seem to be suggesting odd possibilities.
Professor Van Helsing, greatly disturbed by what you have been hearing.
About Lucy.
It's an aura of sinister forces that appear to be gathering around this sanatorium.
Whatever are you talking about?
Jonathan Harker's story.
Brain fever, I thought.
This nobleman, Dracula.
A lady from my country, a lady to frighten children who are unruly. If you don't behave, Dracula will get you.
Behaves the tale told by the harbour master. A near phantom ship. Coffins delivered to the neighbouring estate. Wolves.
Will you see Lucy now?
Directly.
Shall we join her outside in the garden?
That won't be necessary, Arthur. I'm here.
You should stay in the sun. It will do you good. Put colour in your face.
The brightness hurts my eyes. Over the shadows.
Please, Miss Lucy, if you'd be so kind.
I've heard so much about you, Professor Van Helsing.
And I of you, Miss Lucy. I should wish to speak with your Renfield.
We can visit his room whenever you're ready.
No, that won't be necessary. I would prefer to see him here in more informal surroundings. It should relieve some of his anxiety.
Would you be so kind, Miss Sonia? Find Grimace sent him here. He should be in the solarium at this hour.
I will find him.
What a woman! I am told by your uncles that this weakness came upon you about a week ago.
Yeah.
That apart from a general feeling of apathy and weakness...
At first I suspected hepatitis.
Please, Dr. Quincy, do not interrupt.
Sorry.
You had no complaints?
Except for the dream.
Ah, yes, a dream. Tell me, Miss Lucy, what do you see in your dream?
I dread wearing those I love. Still, I must confess to you, my uncle and Arthur, I have been terribly troubled.
The dream, Miss Lucy, tell me about the dream.
I sleepwalk in a dream. I knew I was dreaming the first night I rose, yet I didn't quite dream. It all seemed so real. Then I had a vague memory of something approaching me. Something that spoke in a soft but frightening voice. It had red eyes, and I was compelled to look at them, even though I tried to turn away.
Yes, yes.
I felt as if I was sinking into stagnant water. My soul seemed to leave my body. I felt so lost, so alone and lost.
This dream, it repeats itself?
Every night when I fall into a deep sleep. Only now,
What?
that something that approaches me no longer frightens me. I seem to wait anxiously for the sound of its voice. I don't want to think about it.
You have to go on.
I have heard enough about the dream. Tell me, Miss Lucy, that scarf on your neck, does it by chance conceal two strange marks on the throat?
How did you know?
Remove the scarf, please. Observe, Dr. Quincy, Mr. Homewood. You will notice how the mark has the appearance of some kind of puncture by a two-fanged viper.
I had an accident with the jewelry pin. I didn't think it was bothering about.
You want to meet Dr. Quincy? Oh, yes, bring Renfield in here.
Oh, I don't know if you want to do that. Quite moody.
Never mind that. See to him.
Hope he didn't get out the gun.
I think I'd like to go back outside now. I can sit in the shade of the big tree. It's cool and dark there.
Did you have any more questions, Professor Van Helsing?
Later, I think the fresh air and your company will prove beneficial.
Come on, Lucy.
Strange that you prefer the shade. On a warm day, you can't keep Lucy away from the sun.
You see no connection between your niece's dream and the hallucinations of Jonathan Harker?
I see a strong connection. I'm not certain of what it means.
As a colleague, allow me to contradict you. What you mean to say is that your medical training, your intelligence, your very sanity rebels at this sort of vampirism.
Vampirism? You can't be serious!
How is it you never noticed the 2 marks on your niece's throat?
Clumsy oversight on my part. Inexcusable.
No, you did not see them because your niece did not wish for you to see them. Recall her words. That something that approaches me no longer frightens me.
Seemed to wait anxiously for the sound of its voice.
Precisely.
Are you suggesting my niece is falling under the influence of a vampire?
I fear something even more evil than that.
What? You must tell me.
Here he is. Nurse Cassidy said he didn't take his morning bath.
I don't like water.
You mind your manners.
That's enough, Grim.
Beg pardon, Doctor. Behave.
I know you. I know all about you. You're a famous professor. Won't do any good you studying me. I'm kid. I'm over my problem.
Delighted to hear that, Mr. Hanfield. Be so kind as to sit down.
Why not? You're wasting your time, though.
I have been told that you have lost your appetite for flies and spiders.
Who wants flies and spiders? Puny things.
Am I to understand you are now interested in bigger game?
I don't have to tell you anything.
Ah, quite true.
I used to think if I fed the fly to the spider would be twice as
You
strong.
believed you could absorb strength by ingesting it.
Huh?
Never mind. The important thing is that you no longer have this compulsion.
That's right.
Won't give a fly a second of his time. He's changed.
He's promised me that if I served him faithfully, oh, one day, yes, he
And
is.
who is it that you speak of?
The master. I've said too much. He warned me about that.
You can trust us. Dr. Quincy and I are your friends.
I don't want friends. I don't need friends. You'll see. You'll all see. Wait until it happens.
Step over here into the light, Mr. Enfield. Would you like to check your eyes?
No.
You won't be harmed, I promise you.
No.
Do as I say, Mr. Enfield.
Don't let him take me.
There's no way to act in front of the professor. You go along and do like he says.
That's enough of that!
Oh, he's a wicked one, all right. He's like a rabid dog.
My questions seem to have upset him.
Mr. Renfield, I'm taking away your outdoor privileges.
I apologize.
Yes, or if I could try if you've been into some mischief. Take him to the hydrotherapy room.
No!
Mr. Renfield, if you don't do as I say, I shall make arrangements with your family to have you transferred from my sanatorium.
No! I must stay here. I must stay close to Godback's castle.
Bye. Mr. Renfield, I asked you a question.
Won't do no good, Professor. Not when he goes into one of his socks. Come on, Renfield.
Oh, my duck!
You and those animals, Renfield! Oh! But next week you'll want a lion.
Carfax Castle will be the adjoining estate, yes?
20 acres surrounded by a solid stone wall.
Something of a fortress.
I suppose you could say that.
It is also the location that received strange shipments of coffins containing soil.
If we're to believe Nurse Cassidy.
It's all a matter of record. Is it not also the location that Jonathan Harker represented when he journeyed to Transylvania?
Are you suggesting my neighbor is a vampire?
I am not suggesting it, I am declaring it. Remember, you brought me here because you with all your talent as a medical man, could not diagnose your niece's malady. Even Renfield's behavior is symptomatic of a greater evil.
I'm certain everything can be explained rationally, logically.
You are a clever man, friend Quincy, but you are too prejudiced.
Well,
You do not let your eyes see, nor your ears hear, and that which is not of your daily life is of no account to you. Do you not think that there are some things some people can see that others cannot? That there are some things you cannot understand, and yet which are? Bah! It is a fault of science that wishes to explain it all. And if it explain not, it says that there is nothing to explain. But yet we see around us every day the growth of new beliefs, which think themselves new, and yet which are but the old. I am sure you now do not believe in corporeal transference. No, not in astral bodies. No, not in the reading of thought, not in hypnotism. There are always mysteries in life, Dr. Quincy. There are advancements done today in electrical science which would have been deemed unholy by the very men who discovered it, who would themselves, not so long before, have been burned as wizards. Can you tell me why, in the Pampas, and elsewhere, there are beds which come down at night and open the veins of cattle and horses and sucks them dry? How in some islands on the western seas, there are beds which hang on the trees all day and flit down on the sailors at night. And in the morning are found dead men, fighters even Miss Lucy was.
Demand proof. It's the prerogative of the scientific mind.
Oh, excuse me, Dr. Quincy. I thought you were in your study. I should have gone by way of the garden.
You're not interrupting.
One moment.
Sir?
You are Miss Lucy's personal maid, yes?
Yes, sir.
Have you noticed any changes in Miss Lucy as of late?
I have. Poor thing's not herself at all. She's ill.
I mean, changes in her behavior. Any erratic shifts from one mood to the next?
Well,
You can speak freely in front of Professor Van Helsing.
Miss Lucy has been acting funny. I won't deny that. She gets angry at little things. This morning, she threw her hand mirror across the room and smashed it into 100 pieces. It was like she couldn't bear to look at herself. She was always fond of that mirror.
Thank you, Flora. That would be all.
I do hope she'll be well soon.
So do I.
You attach some significance to the mirror?
He will visit this house tonight.
Who?
Who else? Dracula.
I don't know what to believe.
You asked for proof. Tonight you shall have it. Tonight I will prove to you that Dracula is one of the undead.